Hey ambitious friend, I am so grateful to have you here with me today. As you see, I've changed the location of where I shoot my videos. And so in the process of me moving, I am trying out new and cool backdrops for my videos. Today, I am going to talk about how to raise money for your small business or for your startup, which is so important to talk about because at times it can be crucial to get a little bit of money to make you feel more confident that yes, you can get this business started, yes, you can get it up and running. And so fortunately, we live in a world nowadays where you don't need too much money to start some businesses. So if you wanted to start a digital business, you maybe could do that for $100. And so it's fairly easy to get your business started with very little capital. But if your business does need a decent amount of money, I got you too. And so I'm kind of gonna go from 0 to $1 million real quick in this video, telling you how you can fund the business with just you by yourself, all the way up to that end goal. If you really want to grow your business and have it worldwide or US wide, I would say you would have venture capital funding. So let's start with the most important thing. You can fund your own business. And so the easiest thing I found is with bank bonuses. So if you want to make like $100, $300 to start your business, then there are great bank promotions, whether you do that with personal bank accounts or with business bank accounts. So if you're just getting started and you don't, let's say, have an EIN to open up a business bank account, then oftentimes you will have to use your personal money to fund your business. In order to use your personal money, you can get some bank bonuses. And so Chime has a really good bank bonus where you can get $100 if you deposit $200 within a month time period. And so I include links in the description below, but Chime is one of them. Also, there are good bank bonuses with Capital One. They're offering $100 as well. So you have Capital One, you have Chime, and that's just personal bank accounts. Now let's get into the business bank accounts. Bank of America is offering a $500 promotion if you open up a checking and credit card with them. And then Chase has an offer as well. So there's a bunch of money that you can make initially, anywhere between $100 to $1,000 with bank account bonuses. And then we have family and friends. Family and friends is a great resource because they believe in you. So you can ask family to help support you, and you can ask friends to give you some money. So what's great is that hopefully they don't ask for a share of your company and that they're willing to give you this money with no strings attached. But if there are strings attached, make sure to have a legal agreement in place so that there will be a clear understanding of how you will need to repay them if you do need to do so, or how much equity will they take in your company. Third, and oftentimes forgotten, you can have business partners. You don't have to be in this business alone. And so a business partner might come in and might bring the capital you're missing. You might be good with marketing and sales, but not have as much capital to get the business up and running. And so a business partner is great because they'll bring what you don't have. And so they can bring the money, you can bring the skills and expertise, which makes for a great business. The next one is crowdfunding. Really what crowdfunding can do is connect you with a bunch of individual people who are passionate and support your business as well. And so typically this relies on social media, so make sure you have a pretty decent presence, whether that's on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Make sure that people can find you and hear about your business. So with crowdfunding, it's really important to have a strong story. Why do people want to get behind you and support your business and give you money for that? And so really, as it relates to crowdfunding, there's really 3 different breakdowns. First is donation based, second is reward based, and third is investment based. And so with the first one, donations, you're relying on people to donate to your business and not want any of their money back. Most of the time, donation-based funding is for disaster relief or for nonprofit. So this funding model doesn't really work as well with small businesses. But if you can get donations, that can do a lot for your business because you don't have to pay it back. The second model is reward-based, and so it kind of falls under the category of donation-based because you don't have to give part equity to these individuals. but typically you would have to give a reward. So let's say you want to open up an art gallery. You could make really small pieces to send out to the individuals that support your business through funding. And so that is reward based. You give them a small reward, either a product or a service depending on your business, to say thank you. And so the last model is investment based funding. And so typically you would agree to give part ownership of your company to these individual investors. So typically with investment-based funding, you agree to give part equity to these individuals. And so you really have to think about, do you want to give shares of your company, part of your company, away at this early stage of the process? But it is a decent way to raise capital. The next way to fund your business can be through customers. So let's say your product or service isn't fully fleshed out yet. You could go to potential customers and say, hey, I can offer you XYZ service or XYZ product. They're like, wow, that sounds great. I would like to order 5 of those, or I would like to get your service next week. And so you might not have everything ready to go, but when you have that customer saying, oh, I will give you upfront money to buy that from you, then that makes a world of difference. And so you could scale this up a decent bit, and you could have multiple orders from customers before you even have the product ready. So this is one way to get a little bit of funding for your business up front by having customer orders already in place. And then grants. I love talking about grants. And so grants is free money that can go to you to support your business. And grants typically are tailored towards startup businesses that are just trying to get off the ground. And so what I really like is that grants are typically tailored for a particular purpose for your business. And so grants can range anywhere between $5,000 to hundreds of thousands of dollars. And so it depends on what type of grant that you get. Government grants, or you can get corporate grants. And so government grants will give you a lot more money, but there are a lot more requirements that you have to meet in order to get that money. Versus corporate grants, it's pretty easy to get that money if you have a pretty decent social media presence. And so a lot of them rely on you sharing their corporation with other people in addition to talking about your business, and that's how they rationalize supporting small businesses as well and getting a perk on the back end. And so if you want to know more about how you can get grants, make sure to check out my playlist. I want to share grants with you that you feel confident to apply for and the application isn't too difficult. And so one way to fund your business, it is risky though, is day trading. And so it wouldn't be me if I didn't mention it, but day trading relies on short-term price fluctuations in, let's say, the stock market in order to make money. And so this is a very short-term solution. So if you want to make some quick money and you know what you're doing, then day trading could be an option. The next one I want to mention is taking a loan against your 401k. And technically it's not a loan because you don't have a creditor who's giving you this money, but you could take out money against your 401k. And to kind of backtrack, a 401k is a retirement plan that employers will provide you, and typically they will match money that you put in there. And fortunately, it's pre-tax dollars that you can put into your 401k, and hopefully your employer will match it. And the loan that you can take out against your 401k would be 50% of the amount that's vested, or 50K, whichever one is more. And so 50K is a pretty decent amount of money that can help you, especially the ease at which you can take a loan out on your 401k. And so it's really nice that you can take money out against your own money. But you do have to consider that the money you do take as a loan against your 401k does have to be liquidated. So it won't be making money in the market. And then we have angel investors. And so angel investors are people who have a net worth of over $1 million. Typically, every year they make at least $200,000. And so these individuals are typically business owners that want to help support other businesses in the beginning stages of their business. And so they want to provide startup capital to get small businesses up and running. And so angel investors are different from venture capitalists because they're willing to fund money to startups versus venture capitalists, they want to fund a more mature business. And then going into option 10, I kind of want to group venture capitalists and banks together because they do want a more mature business when they decide to give funding. And so with venture capitalists, it's typically a pool of money that a plethora of investors fund. And so with venture capitalists, they're looking to give anywhere between millions to $10 million to really support a business. And really with venture capitalists, they want a huge return on their money. Banks need to make a secure bet. If you're a very small business, it's not likely that you're going to get funding from venture capitalists or banks. But if you get to that mature stage where your business is making millions and millions of dollars, then you have the potential to get funding from venture capitalists and banks. And I mentioned venture funding as well as bank funding last because it's going to be very, very hard to get. And a lot of small businesses don't even need that much money to really get going and get started. So I mentioned all 10 ways to get funding for your business, going from very little funding all the way to millions and millions of dollars. I hope this helped. Please let me know what you'd like to see from me in the comments. Peace, stay building. Bye.